Hi, everyone. I am Gina Ferguson with me today from Park Middle School. You've heard from her in other videos, but one area, Gina, and I know that you go through this all the time with teams when we're setting up teams for inquiry, and we have a puzzle of practice, like say we want to advance accountable talk.
Okay.
Because we know that if we increase the talk, kids can learn at a deeper in a deeper way. Right? What would be the evidence? Like, let's just workshop this one.
Okay.
What would be the evidence if a team wanted to advance accountable talk in all their social studies classrooms? Right? Because there are some social studies standards that kids aren't really learning deeply. And they think that engaging in more talk would actually increase the understanding of those standards. What might be the different evidence, the sources of evidence that a team that wanted to advance accountable talk all year would use to know if accountable talk was actually making impact?
Well, I think it starts off with having just basic observations of our students. Are they using the feedback formula or the strategies that we're trying to teach them? Are they using that consistently? Are they using that independently? Are they referring to the sentence stems and frames that we've given them to help increase that accountable time?
What I heard you say then is there's some sort of competencies or success criteria that we can get from the speaking and listening standards, right?
Yeah.
To help us understand the expectations for quality talk, academic discourse in class. And then those expectations could be co-constructed and we can make a rubric from it. And then we could observe kids for that success criteria. That would be one.
And that's exactly what we did. We co-created success criteria with kids. What does this accountable talk look like when we're doing it well? And then we co-created that success criteria together. Another one would be in talking with the kids or having them do some sort of reflection. So asking the kids, is this making a difference in how you are communicating in class? And having them write down a response to that, or doing one-on-one conferences. How is this affecting your ability to understand the content standards, or how is it affecting your ability to increase your speaking and listening?
So now we have two. We have one source of evidence would be observation, the success criteria that comes from the speaking and listening standards for accountable talk. And then the second, have kids do a written reflection against the same success criteria. Teams could bring in the reflections and look at the reflections. And then you also said the kids could do an oral reflection if you're actually engaging the kids in a conference or something. So now we have two kinds of evidence. Is there a third kind of evidence?
If we are looking at content standards, then we can look at how they are advancing along the progression of that standard. Are they making improvements on interim assessments, on their exit tickets? Are there entry tasks? Are they making a difference in their MAP test or STAR test or iReady? What content standards are we looking at and seeing if they are growing? Because the one thing that we're really focusing on changing is that accountable talk. So then we can see, is it having a difference in the content standard?
Cool. So what I learned from you today is whatever their inquiry is, we can have multiple sources of evidence, and they have to think about what kind of evidence. Is it perception data? Is it a common formative assessment? But their teams are typically pulling three sources of evidence to know that they're making impact. And for those of you that want more information around how to use evidence, you can read the chapter Evidence to Inform and Act in Leading Impact Teams. Thanks, Gina.
You're welcome. Thanks, Paul.